Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture to see how those incidents may or may not affect our daily lives. Listen, you see the title. We are here. I want to give a shout out really, really, really quick. Let's see. Little housekeeping. Please hit that like button. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll be open to a plethora of new videos where I have reviewed movies and television series, and also my pop culture chats. I wanted to give a really big shout out to one of my uh, subbies, because this when I tell you I was not about to get into this, I was not about to get into this, but someone said, you need to get into this. You really truly need to get into this. And when I find that comment, I'm going to definitely give him a shout out. Definitely give him a shout out. Let me see. But let's just continue. So you see the title of this video. We are talking about Fani Willis, ethics, elections, and double standard, y'all. So if you don't know what's going on, now I will tell you, I wasn't really going to get into this because this is just a whole lot. And it's always amazing to me that when you make the opportunity or get the opportunity to do things like that, to be able to try a big case like this, the Trump election case, you got to make sure that you're dotting your i's and crossing your t's, and making sure that whatever you got going on doesn't come back to bite you. All right. I know a lot of people love or have a great respect for Fannie Willis because of the fact that she did do what I think is still right to go after Donald Trump and his merry band of election stealers who wanted to go over there and to try to convince the state of Georgia that if they find, what was it, 11,000 or however many votes, he was going to win the presidential election. I thought that them threatening the poll workers over there, I thought that was very, very egregious, and all the other things that were going on. Okay. And particularly that people are out there doing their civic duty, working the polls, the elections, and things like that. And then to have two people, and particularly, I've always said all skin folk ain't kin folks, but to hire someone and to make it seem like she has some authority where she doesn't, and she's threatening these people, and these people are getting death threats because, again, there are a lot of sheeple people. They'll just do what someone else says to do, and they don't think beyond. How is that going to affect them? How is that going to, um, how is it right? How is it ethical? Right. So you have this big, huge case. This is a big, huge case. This is a big that has some meat and some more meat and some substance to it. Okay. Because I do know that I don't think that he was impeached or disqualified. I can't even remember what that was in regards to what happened on January 5th, where he sicked those people onto the Capitol because he didn't win. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So let's talk about this. We're talking about ethics, elections, and double standards. So if you don't know what's going on, there were allegations that Bonnie Willis had a secret and sexual tete-a-tete with the special prosecutor Nathan Wade over here in Georgia. So what we see on court TV and everything that's going on is this hearing to have her and Mr. Wade disqualified. And so what happened? How did all of this come about? So I got an article that talked about the timeline. Okay. So you know how I am about timelines. Let's go over this timeline and let's talk about it. So this article is coming from the Atlanta Journal Constitution. Okay. It's written by staff reporters, so there's a lot of people floating in for this article. So it just talks about the timeline, and so it talks about in January 2021 that she takes office in Fulton County. Now she defeated her predecessor, and get this, she ran on the fact that he was having an uh, in clandestine tete-a-tete, and she ran on these this morals, and she's going to do such a better job on all of these different things, right? So she wins. So in February, she sends a letter to the state of Georgia saying that she's opening a criminal investigation against Donald Trump for election interference. On November 1st, 2021 is when she hires uh, Mr. Wade, Attorney Wade, to be the special prosecutor for this investigation. Now, I will put that here, to be fair, he was not her first choice. She had gone through several different other candidates before she fell on him. So those people declined. She even talked to the former governor, Roy Barnes, who is an attorney, and he declined to do this. I remember seeing him on TV. He was like, "Nah, because there's too many death threats and things like that. I'm not going to do that." So already, that this Nathan Wade was not her first, probably wasn't her second, probably wasn't her third choice. So did she pick him because of the fact that they had an in clandestine tete-a-tete? This is what this hearing is trying to uncover. So it says here on November 2nd, 2021, that Mr. Wade files for divorce against his wife. Now, this is where the confusion for me comes in, because there is an attorney that was a former partner of Mr. Wade that is saying that he had been working with him on his divorce since 2018, 2017. So I'm really unsure about what's really going on. And also, Attorney Bradley is his name. And also, he's in this hearing trying to exert attorney-client privilege. But we'll see later on how that's not working and what my thoughts are going on about that. So he is Mr. Wade files for divorce against his wife in Cobb County. So I would say this: you're going through this big hearing. You're going through this big thing. I don't know. I'm gonna keep moving. On May 2nd, 2022, a special grand jury is in panel to investigate what's going on with Donald Trump. Uh, Over the next 8 months, Wade goes and he presents his case as a special grand juror. He does all this other stuff, yada yada yada. So then we find out on October 2022, he spends more than $1,300 to buy 3 American Airlines tickets to Miami for himself, Willis, and his mother, according to the credit card statement. There are also more than $8,000 in charges on the card during roughly the same period to Royal Caribbean Cruises, Vacation Express, the Hyatt Regency in Aruba, and Norwegian Cruise Line. So then, in January 9th, 2023, the Fulton County Superior Court Judge Robert McBurney who oversaw the special grand jury, says the panel has completed its work and submitted a final report to him. That's January 9th, 2023. April and May 2023. On April 25th, Wade spends $817 on a Delta Airlines ticket to San Francisco in both his and Willis's name, credit card records show. Additionally, on May 14th, Wade spent $840 for what appears to be a stay at the Doubletree Hotel in Napa Valley. Trump and 18 supporters, and this is in April. In August, Trump and 18 supporters are charged in a 41-count indictment alleging that they acted as a criminal enterprise in an attempt to subvert the election results in Georgia. Now, if you remember that, because there was even phone calls that Trump made to who's the now governor, but he was the think he was the attorney general or he was over the elections at that point. The guy that ran against Stacey Abrams, he had made phone calls and things like that to him. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. On January 8th, 2024, an attorney for defendant Michael Roman files a motion seeking to disqualify the DA's office from the case because of an alleged romantic relationship between Willis and Wade. The court filing says that because Wade paid for trips they took together, Willis benefited financially from the arrangement. Roman's lawyer, Ashley Merchants, asked for the Wade's divorce records be unsealed and also wants the charges against her client dropped. The DA's office said that they will reply in a court filing, but don't indicate when that will be. Willis has also served a subpoena seeking to depose her in an ongoing divorce proceeding of Nathan Wade and his estranged wife, Jocelyn. And so, how does this merchant lady find out about all this? This goes back to Attorney Bradley. Because when we watch these hearings, like I said, I've been in and out of these hearings. When we watch these hearings, first, Mr. Bradley, now he's the bald headed black guy that's sitting in there looking like Tamala Mann's husband, David Mann. He's sitting on court talking about, when and where he learned about this affair, right? And he was saying that it was attorney-client privilege. He can't say all this information because it was attorney-client privilege. Well, here in the past week or so, we start to find out that he's Mr. Chatterbox. Okay. He is Miss Merchant, who is the tall, blonde, big-breasted white woman. I watched a little bit of the lead attorney, and also what's the other guy's name with the glasses? But the three attorneys. We had the lead attorney, AV to the seventh power, and I think it was Nate the attorney. Shout out to them because I watched a little brief segment that they were doing on this show, and they basically said, and that's what I thought too when I first saw it. The way the way she was talking and interacting or anything like that, it was like they had like almost like a personal relationship. And that was my first instances when I saw the people asking the questions back and forth and how he was Attorney Bradley was not answering Attorney Merchant's questions. Well, come to find out that Mr. Attorney Bradley is a big chatty patty, and he's all in text messages. You can see Miss Merchant is talking in those messages as if if they're friends, and if like if they've known each other, and all of this other stuff. And he's in there talking. Well, they had an affair, and this, and they were doing this, and all of this other stuff. And I'm like, Mr. Bradley, it appears to me at some point that you've lied on that stand. That's number one. Number two, Mr. Bradley, who is going to trust you as an attorney because you are over here telling business and talking about things? If this person is a client or is a former client, even if you found information about this client or former client uh, outside of where you found it, this person still was a client. Why are you chit chatting and talking about this person, even if you all's personal relationship has declined? Why are you up here talking about this information? Now, he's got text messages that he has to contend with. And also, I saw this week where he talked about he's a liar. He says because they asked him, well, would you make up stuff for your friends? And he says it depends. So apparently there's been something going on between him and Mr. Wade's relationship that has soured, that he is now doing all this chatty, chatty, chatty. He was thinking that Ms. Merchant was going to find a way to get to this information outside of him, and that's not what happened. So now he looks like Boo Boo the Fool. So then we have Miss Fani Willis. So you had Nathan Wade get on the stand, and I will admit I did not watch probably only a small percentage of Mr. Wade being on the stand. But I did watch a few sound bites and bits of Fani Willis being on the stand. Uh, she gave very defiant energy, or I'm mad that I got kind of caught energy. That's what I'm seeing going on from there. I did see her father get on stage. I mean, get on stage, be deposed. I've seen all of that and all the information that's going on. They're talking about putting a communications person up there to talk about towers and pinging and all of these little things. So this is just a whole lot of. So what here's my opinion. We're talking about ethics, we're talking about elections, and we're talking about double standards. Number one, Fani Willis ran on uh, on a platform that she would be better for Georgia because in some sort of air, she was talking about and airing out her predecessor's numerous affairs on his wife. Well, baby, that's a double standard because you can't be out here talking about this man cheating on his wife, and then you are out here having a what appears to be in a relationship with a man who has a wife. Just to note, I don't care how long people have been separated. I don't care. I don't care if there is love lost within that relationship. I do not care. Ladies, do not get involved with any man who is still married. One more again, because I need for you all to hear it in the back. Do not get involved with any man who is still married. Okay. Because if it was serious enough that they are separated, because what he's telling you may not be what he's telling his wife, number one. And even if all evidence shows that this man is separated, right? What I know about most men, when they're done, they're done. And so if he has not worked in over, because I think they started talking about, and this is alleged because I'm not sure if that is the case, but they've been talking about getting a divorce. This is like the second time a procedure has been done to get a divorce. So they have tried to get divorced since 2017. So that means they have been flip flopping back and forth. Y'all stop getting involved with these type of men. And ladies, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He don't love you like that. And stop getting involved with these people thinking that who you are as women and what you have betwixt your legs is going to make that person uh, change and be different. No, it's not. So men, leave these married women alone. I don't care what the situation is. If she has not left, she's not going to, and she definitely is not going to leave because you're there. uh, leave those folks alone. Let them stand up and handle their business. Stand, what, how do young people say it now? Let them stand on business. If they're wanting to divorce their spouse, let them stand on business and divorce their spouse. Okay. Elections. Here we have a very big case about Trump and his cohorts trying to subvert the will of the people and trying to find votes so they can take over the Georgia election, and then just the balls of it all to believe that you're going to pull it off, and then all these people who are working with you to do it, thinking they were clear, thinking that they had some immunity when they did not. Also, you look at, again, when I talk about all kin folks and skin folks, two of the people that are charged are uh, black folk, however they come down in the diaspora. And to know that these black folks went and threatened other black people who were working the polls that day, threatening them that they were either didn't count the votes or whatever it was that those two ladies were doing, to threaten those average citizens uh, in some mess and making them scared to either work the polls or scared to go out in public because they were getting death threats from people uh, saying that they were the people that were causing the problems and why Donald Trump didn't get elected. That's egregious. And then we talk about ethics. When you know that you're in this position, Bonnie Willis, it's important for you to make sure, because you know, I know a lot of us have, similar lives, and there's similar sayings that one or another parent has said to us. And one of the things that has always been said is that you have to do twice as much, be twice as good to get half of what they get. And there's probably so many different variations of that. And basically means is that you're doing something like this within this time period, you need to be walking a tightrope. If you wanted to date this man, date the man. But you can't date him and then hire him with the fact that there are records showing that you all were dating. That doesn't look good. I know people pay him, they just coming after her and all this other stuff. But do not do the things that you have to say sorry later. If you know what you're doing is going to have to make you apologize, why are you doing it in the first place? Why? That makes no sense to me. You knew this is what you were going to do. You knew you were going to run. This was supposed to be your legacy that you indicted the people who tried to take the election from Georgia. You knew this. Why would you have anything, any level of impropriety where people can go back and trace? Now, what's Mr. Bradley's angle? I do not know. I honestly think he thought he had an opportunity or a chance with Miss Merchant. I just believe that. Remember, I talked about the lead attorney and AV to the seventh power, and I think it's Nate the lawyer. Y'all let me know. I don't want to mispronounce who he was, but I just believe that he thought that this woman was trying to date him. And so he was going to give her information and all this other stuff because he thought she was trying to date him. And all she was doing was getting information from him. And I think this is why you see him on the stand so egregious, because he realized that he has, as we used to say a long time, he got. You see that he is sitting up there now having to look at this person who he claimed was his friend and claimed was his frat brother. Now everybody knows that you are out here big chatty patty, and you'll just say anything thinking that you have a chance with a woman. So I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna see what's going on today. If there's any hearings or anything like that, tell me what y'all are thinking about this because I came at this at a different angle. Uh, when you're charged to do the business of the people, do the business of the people, because this makes her and the people that voted for her for this position, they make them look foolish and a liar. She looks like a liar. And I know that I'm putting a lot of emphasis on Fani, but she's the district attorney. Nathan Wade is the special prosecutor. He's a private attorney. He's going to go back to being a private attorney going through a divorce. You're the one who was elected by the people. You're the one that has the scrutiny, Fani. You're the one that has that scrutiny. All right. I don't have anything else to say about this right here. Y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. And once you subscribe, you like I said, you'll be open to a plethora of videos. I do celebrity legal news. I do pop culture chats talking about what's going on in the community. I also do movie reviews and television reviews. Hadn't gotten back into the swing of movie reviews because movies are just trickling out, and I hadn't seen anything at this point that I wanted to review. But I'm getting back in the swing of things. Like I said, the strike is over. Movies are coming out slowly but surely, and we'll get into the part that I do love. I love to go into. But tell me what y'all think about this case. Honestly, tell me what do y'all think? On which angle are you coming with? Do you think that they sprung this on Fani? Do you think it's They shouldn't talk about it right now. What's more important is to get them, get Donald Trump and the defendants, get them prosecuted. What do you think is important? Because all of it, I think, is important to me. In the different levels that I talked about earlier. I read the timeline, and then I talked about all the other different things. Okay. So y'all let me know down in the comments. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share this video if you care. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell that coworker, tell that heifer that you can stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.